Okay, admit it. You've been there, right? You're out for a cocktail, maybe 2 after work. Maybe it turns into a few more than you should have. And then you decide, you know what? This is the perfect time to send an email, maybe a text to, your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. Sure, they'd love to hear from me after a few cocktails. Yeah, no. Texting while intoxicated, never a good idea. It's the new drunk dialing. And if you've done it, you're not alone. So we asked some New Yorkers to share their tales of texting shame.
I accidentally texted my friend's ex-boyfriend about her, about him, and it was supposed to go to her, and I just wasn't thinking.
I've sent like text messages to exes before, you know, telling them how much I still think about them.
Yeah. Sending full-page text messages and then waking up in the morning and realizing, oh wow, that was a big chunk of my heart I just put out there.
And do you have any tips for avoiding that?
Yeah, I would think that when you're drunk, you really should put away your cell phone. I mean, it's just not a good idea. You don't want to be on the net, you don't want to email, you don't want to call anyone, and you don't want to text.
Don't give yourself any temptation there. Well, you're in luck in case the temptation is still around. Google has a new tool designed to help end those embarrassing moments. CNET's Natlali Conte is here to tell us how it works. Natalie, good to have you here. And essentially, it's like wearing a pair of these, perhaps some goggles after your cocktails.
Well, you know the term beer goggles, so this is where this comes from. So Google has this new thing called Mail Goggles, where it adds a math quiz every time you want to send a message during the hours where maybe you shouldn't. So right now, it defaults to Friday and Saturday night between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. And if you try and send something, it's going to say, really, do you really want to do this? And make you do some math.
And you can set it up really however you'd like, whatever you think your most challenging hours, I should say, would be.
Exactly. So if you're one of those people that thinks Thursday is the new Friday, you might want to change the settings. And put it to Thursday night.
So that you avoid the embarrassment on a Friday morning, especially if you're out with the coworkers on a Thursday night. So this is the quiz. It's actually, I have to say, I was doing it last night, completely sober at work. I'm not that bad at math, but it really makes you think.
Yeah, you know what, I did it too, and this is just the level 1 settings. If you're a math whiz, then you can set it a bit more difficult, but I thought it was pretty hard too. I was counting on my fingers, completely sober, so it's going to make sure that you're of your right mind before you send those emails.
Which is good. I think I'm going to challenge Chris Wragge to a duel on this in just a minute. But as he's making his way over, it's not just Google, actually. I understand even in Australia, there's a phone company that sort of has a similar thing for texting on your phone so you don't send those text messages.
Right, because it's all under the umbrella of messaging when you shouldn't, right? So Virgin Mobile in Australia has something where you just push 333 plus the number, and it's going to make sure that you can't call that number until 6 a.m. the next day. So
I like it, but
just
maybe
an added sense of maybe reality.
A little extra security there. But perhaps the best advice is what we heard from one of the guys that you spoke to out there on the streets of New York is put that phone away.
Right, or if you're going to take your phone out with you at night, maybe put a password on your phone so you have to think about it again, or turn off your mobile instant message, or maybe even take some phone numbers out of your phone book, write them down on a sticky and put them back in the next day so you just don't have those numbers.
Or maybe just get rid of them because if it's the ex, maybe you shouldn't be calling anyway. All right, Wragge, what do you think? You want to do a little duel here as we, let's see, 69 minus 38, 31,
Now you guys, so it says 43 seconds here, but Google actually gives you 60. We just did a screenshot. So I know you guys have had your morning coffee, but all right, you're not drunk. You're both decidedly not drunk.
We both have the same answer, so either we know what we're doing or we're really off.
Or he was copying. So
I think you might be right. I saw you sneaking a look over here at my ansers, Chris Wragge.
Are you questioning my sobriety?
Or math
No, not at all. Nor your leadership ability, since we're running on a ticket together. Natalie, thank you. Always good to have you here.